Right, good morning, afternoon, evening, where you're connected from. You're welcome to weekly presentations on FMCPay Paynet ecosystem. And of course, want to look at overview of the crypto as it were on its own generally. And so we're in a season of talking about crypto as a whole. And so before we dabble into the opportunity we have for you, why are we so passionate about the ecosystem of payment ecosystem? Now, let's look at the overview of the crypto itself. I literally was sharing with a kind of presentations with some group of persons previous week back. And I told them one thing, some of us who are traders, I'll start from that perspective, that crypto, as it were, it's an environment where you just, the first and the basic thing that happen in crypto. And in fact, if there are no all of those things in crypto, very many persons probably will not even invest in crypto. You can do your research. And the first thing in crypto that most people actually make money from, and I think this is derived from the capital market, being in a kind of a strategic dividend on in stock market, for instance. One of the first pivotal area of crypto and where many people make money is buy and hold to stake or to farm, as it were. And we have gone into see some of those analysis. Apart from the buy and hold for staking and farming, others tend to be more of betting. And that's why I opened this chart for us. Now, most traders come here. This is like a kind of overview because if you look at the movement of the market in Bitcoin and everything, it's a kind of total, will I say, it's a kind of total uh, few triggers of bottings, okay? Circle it that way. Few triggers of botting. And these few triggers of botting is the fact that people, and that's why most of the maybe major investors perhaps do not invest in crypto before now. Until it's getting more clearer, right, for them. And what makes so many of them start investing in crypto before I talk about the few button pushed? Okay. The few button push say about, I'm sure many of us will be hearing about ETF and all the like. That's the only thing that makes some of them to much invest in crypto because of they can actually say, okay, I'm going to have my investment giving me money and all of that. Quickly, let me just go off that for us. Going to ETF. Okay. Okay, let's go here. So one of the first aspects, and most of them want to actually take advantage of, is that they can keep their money in a company that is going to be in charge, and then they are getting some return on investment, which is still more like a kind of staking, as it were. And so that's the confidence they exercise. Then every other segment of cryptocurrency, like those of us who are trading, for instance, especially if, according to according to Mr. Obama say, Baba Jebu. Now, especially those people who do more of future trading. Look at the button they use in remoting every trading activities. So what they do in the market and why we are passionate about, I'm trying to give you a narrative or why we are so passionate about uh, the payment ecosystem FMCP. Now, what they do is that to check on their dashboard, just like in a forex broker, every opening and closing of transaction can be seen in the back end dashboard of the broker, right? Now, so now what happens that these guys check where people, which they talk about institutional traders, for instance, check where people either short Bitcoin so much or long Bitcoin so much and see their level of liquidation. Okay, good. So we will just wrap up that over time and so that we can go. And I'm going to give us a lot of gist and secret why we are so passionate about payment ecosystem. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, I will have to hold on because Dr. Dan will have a few moments with us. And I want you guys to maximize the opportunity that is around and whatever thing you know before, I want to crave our indulgence that just pretend as you do not know anything, all right? So that we can be on the same page and learn so many important things as much as possible, all right? So ladies and gentlemen, I want you to be patient, and then we can ask questions. We promise not to take too much of your time because we know time is really money, but the time you use and paying quality attention, it will definitely worth it. So ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. For those of you who are new to our presentation and for those of us who are already members, congratulations. I hope, Mr. Elbam, we have to take sense after now. I hope we are going to have minimum of 60 people today, and that was our promise, and we have to find it to make sure that we're able to deliver. So ladies and gentlemen, stay calm as I invite Dr. Daniel to take us on the ride. Dr. Daniel, the floor's open to you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, and sorry for the delay, but I'm very happy here to be welcomed in the Philippines. I just arrived a couple of hours ago, and to actually assist the Paynet community, because actually it's also good that we are aware that the Paynet community is really a global community. So today I'm arriving at the Philippines. Tomorrow I have a Zoom call with Spain. Today we are connected with Nigeria. There's a large community in Indonesia. Mr. Tony, that many of you would know well, will be traveling to Thailand next week to support the network there. India is growing as well. Vietnam and Indonesia, of course. So it's really like more people realizing the benefits of this project and joining and not losing out. So this is important that we also ourselves can really benefit, and not only us, but actually invite our friends and family members as well to benefit from this wonderful opportunity. Now, if you are new to this project, you may think, well, he's saying it's wonderful, but I want to know more about it. And I am pretty sure that after this 1 hour of presentation, you will agree with so many of us that it is in fact a wonderful opportunity. Now, one apologies from my side, the video screen seems not to be working, so you will just have to accept my picture that is maybe 6 years ago. So I look a little bit older, but it's refreshing to be in this project. So that keeps us young as well. And anyways, I want to share the screen as well to show about current situation of the project. So one thing that I want to always stress in every presentation that I do is the very key question: how can the project pay 9% per month in US dollar? Because this is the question that everybody will immediately ask you, and that we need to have clarity, because we have very clear and solid answer to that question. We just need to have it clear for ourselves, and then we can also share it and sort out doubts of other people that may be interested. So that's one thing that I want to do. And then also I will show you a platform that many of you actually know, but those who are a bit new to the project maybe are not so familiar with, to compare also Paynet coin development, recent development with other cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin. Because this is also relevant to understand what actually is the project trying to do. And then we will talk also briefly on the ecosystem. I also want to invite anybody, if you have questions that are that pop up that you want to have an answer as I am presenting, then I invite you to just raise your hand. In the bottom of your screen, you will see the reactions, bottom right, smiley face with reactions there, and there you can raise the hand if it's with respect to the presentation. And if you have general questions, then maybe we can leave that for the end. But what I am also very want to stress is that there is no answer that you should not ask. We want to be very transparent, very open in this project. There's nothing hidden, there's nothing secret. So please ask all the questions you have. Don't keep anything for yourself, wondering, but let's talk about everything. Okay, so let's just, to start, let me go and present you, first of all, I will present you the ecosystem, a slide on the ecosystem that is one of the key elements. So we know that there are many, I mean, you probably have heard or know very much about cryptocurrencies in general. And if you haven't really been engaging with cryptocurrencies, at least you know that there are a lot of cryptocurrencies. In fact, there are 11 million different cryptocurrencies currently in the market. But the question is then, which are really relevant and what makes the difference between a cryptocurrency that really can be beneficial and interesting for one compared to one that is not. And I will try to answer that with the example of Paynet coin. So let me share the screen, and then we can have a look at the Paynet coin. Just a second that I share the correct one. Just a moment. Okay, this one. Just a second. Try again. Okay, now we go. All right, wonderful. Okay, so here we go. This is the ecosystem of Paynet coin. Now, there are actually different cryptocurrencies, and maybe you have come around cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, which sometimes they are called altcoins because they have been there since the very early beginning of cryptocurrencies. But they actually have not been built with a purpose in mind. So when Bitcoin was created, it was actually created as an experiment to apply blockchain technology to currencies. Blockchain technology was already important and being used for several industries, but it had not been used for currencies. And that was the experiment with Bitcoin, to actually apply blockchain technology to a currency. Now, blockchain technology, very briefly, I don't want to go into the technical, to have a broad understanding of what blockchain actually means. It means that each transaction, each handover of the bill is recorded. Imagine that you have a bill, a 100 euro bill, for example, and this 100 euro bill, as you can imagine, wanders around, goes from one supermarket to the wallet of a person, from that wallet of that person to another shop, from that shop maybe to a family member of the shop, and so on and so forth. And it is handed over for transaction purposes. So imagine that each transaction is recorded down digitally with not the name of the person that is holding it, but actually a code for that person. So in fact, it is in the internet, one can visualize, see the handover of that $100 bill, but one cannot see who owns it or who owned it, because we cannot know the acronym, the code, who is the person behind that code, right? But that is basically blockchain technology, and using it then for cryptocurrency, that's what actually the blockchain does to the cryptocurrency. So it's very transparent. It's very clear where every coin is at the moment, but we don't have names behind it. This makes a blockchain, this makes cryptocurrency quite interesting, because there is no way that anyone can actually access your assets without that being disclosed. So imagine that a thief comes and steals your car. So it's like having a GPS of your car. So you know exactly where your car is all the time, and you know that forever. That is blockchain. But you don't know who actually has the car, what is the name. So, but it's a very transparent way actually of handling assets. That is why, one reason why actually cryptocurrencies is so prominent and people are very excited about cryptocurrencies. So, as I mentioned, the early cryptocurrencies, they were just created as an experiment. They were not created with a purpose. So Bitcoin actually was never created with a specific purpose for a utility for transactions. But then later, when we realize the benefits of cryptocurrencies, there have been then the creation of cryptocurrencies with specific purposes. And we call that utility coins. Utility coins that have a usefulness for the community. So you can actually do specific transactions with that coin. Paynet coin was created in that way. It was created as a coin of exchange, and it has several ways that we can use it that is beneficial for us, that we have a real usage of Paynet coin. Paynet coin is the currency, the cryptocurrency that FMCPay uses. As you can see here in the graph, FMCPay on the right side, you can see FMCPay Exchanger is the wallet where one can keep different cryptocurrencies, of course, Paynet coin as well, and trade them and also transfer them to other people. Now, that also runs with, in this year, coming digital shares trading, which I will show you in a second, and FMC coin, which is also a very interesting investment possibility as a secondary coin next to Paynet coin. And very important, the yellow circle, the payment online service gateway. So basically what FMC Pay was able to pull off was to connect their payment system to the global payment system. So that is why then different functionalities open up for the FMCPay community. Now, let me show you on the websites, directly on the live websites, what we have here with the FMCPay ecosystem. Let me go to this. Let me just share here. So I was mentioning FMC Pay. FMC Pay as a wallet that you can download and utilize for free, of course. And you even get a welcome bonus. You can also see, by the way, you can download it as an app. And you can see that it actually has received also very good ratings. Let me just, okay, now there we go. Okay, sorry, the internet is a bit laggy here, but it's coming. Just a moment. So you can download FMC Pay, you can open your account there, you get a welcome bonus as well. And actually FMC Pay, this wallet, around 1.5 years ago, it had 500,000 verified users, 500,000, 500,000. And 6 months later, it actually increased to 1 million. So within 6 months, it doubled the users. And then 6 months later, again, it doubled its users to 2 million. And currently, it's actually 3 million users, and the target for this year, 2025, is 5 million users. So you can see that there's an exponential growth of users for FMC Pay. And one reason is the different functions that one has with FMC Pay. So it runs quite smooth. The trading works very, very well. You can try it out yourself. And one exciting thing that will be coming this year is actually when you go to stocks. Sorry, my internet here is not helping me at this moment, but I think we'll get there in a second. There we go. So stocks, it's already preparing so that we can visualize how it will look like. So we will actually be able to use the FMC Pay exchanger to trade stocks at the New York Stock Exchange. So you don't have the need of having a bank, a broker, but directly with your FMC Pay account wallet, you can use your Paynet coins to purchase Google stocks or Amazon stocks or whatever stocks you would like to invest in. Now, do you use Bitcoins to buy the stocks? No. Or Ethereum? No, you actually use Paynet coin to buy it. When you trade, when you have transactions with FMC Pay, also with the wallet, you also use Paynet coin. We also have one other platform which is part of the FMC Pay ecosystem, which is CoinCap News. Now here you can see CoinCap News that it has listed 17,000 different cryptocurrencies. This is a platform that allows us to compare different cryptocurrencies, also exchanges, and just to gather more knowledge about the cryptocurrency world. So 17,000, and each of these cryptocurrencies that is listed here actually has to pay a listing fee to FMC Pay. So what I want to say here is that there is actually a genuine market, a genuine business going on with FMC Pay that is working already. You can try all these products out. Now, HeyoTrip is another part of the ecosystem of FMC Pay. And with HeyoTrip, you have the opportunity to online buy flight tickets, buy hotel, make hotel booking reservations. And how do you pay the trip? Well, you can pay with a credit card as usual, or you can actually use Paynet coin to pay for your flight ticket or your hotel booking. And again, this generates a revenue for FMC Pay to actually then have a business that is generating real money as we speak. Now, let's look at FMC Pay as an exchanger. How much trading volume does it generate, for example, in the last 24 hours? So let's have a look at that, the FMC Pay exchanger. This is a third-party platform that allows us to look. So here you can see $105 million trading volume in the last 24 hours for FMC Pay. So that's not bad. And you can see that there are real transactions happening. And of course, every transaction generates a small commission fee for FMC Pay. So that's also generating profitability for the project. So as I mentioned, one very important key point is how can we explain the 9% profit payment to investors? And one reason, there are three reasons. One reason is actually that it is a genuine business that is generating real money as we speak. So there is business going on, there are commission being collected, there are trading fees being collected that actually then FMC Pay can use to honor their commitment to the investors. And this is a real business that is going on. Now, let's look at Paynet Coin. Now, if you know a little bit more about the project, you will know that to invest into the staking program, you would have to purchase Paynet coin, the cryptocurrency, worth the staking package that you want to invest. So for example, I want to invest in a $3,000 package. What do I have to do? I have to buy Paynet coin worth $3,000. As you can see, Paynet coin currently $49.90. So roughly I would buy 6,000 Paynet coin for the $3,000, and I would then transfer those 6,000 Paynet coin to FMC Pay, to the community, for the investment package. And then in my investment account, it would state $3,000. It would not say 6,000 Paynet coin. It would state $3,000. The whole staking process is accounted for in US dollar. So you invest in US dollar and your returns are also in US dollar. They don't depend on cryptocurrency. You don't receive 9% per month in cryptocurrency, but you receive it actually in US dollar. which then boils down to roughly $9 per day. So what happens if I invest a $3,000 package? I invest it today. From tomorrow onwards, for the next 2 years, I will receive $9 US dollars every day on my investment account for the next 2 years, which represents my profit. And then after the 2 years, I will be able to recover my $3,000 initial investment. That all will add up to 9,300 return on investment from the 3,000 that I invested. But one thing that is important to note is that when I invest, I hand over to the central wallet Paynet coin, not US dollar, because I buy Paynet coin worth $3,000 and I transfer the Paynet coin. So the central wallet of the project is actually not holding dollars, but they're actually holding Paynet coin. Okay. Now, what happens when they pay you as an investor the profit? Well, as I said, the profit is accounted for in US dollar, but the central wallet doesn't own US dollar, they own Paynet coin. So what do? At the moment where I want to withdraw my profit, and in fact, I can do that when I invest today, within the next 2-3 days, I can already withdraw profit. Whatever has been accumulated, I can already withdraw it. So there's no waiting time. There's no 6 months that I cannot touch the money or anything. No, you can already, after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, withdraw a good amount to go have dinner with your wife or your girlfriend, or just to meet some bills that you have to do. So there's no waiting period for that. But how does it happen? So I accumulate in US dollars, the profit is in US dollar, and then when I want to withdraw it, I actually transfer those US dollars into Paynet coin at the going market rate. So I receive them from the central wallet, the Paynet coin equivalent to my profit that I am withdrawing. So I actually then receive Paynet coin at the current rate worth my US dollars, which then immediately I can then sell for US dollar back. That process takes one minute, so I don't lose on the exchange rate, and so I get exactly the dollars that I was having in my account. Okay, now, so we can see that the central wallet, the FMCPay, is actually holding Paynet coin. So the valuation of Paynet coin will be important. The amount that FMCPay holds on Paynet coin is important. And this is the second reason. So the first reason why they can pay 9% is because it's a real business. They are generating real profit as we speak. The second reason is because, and you can see that here on the left side, because the company created 560 million Paynet coin. That is a fixed supply. They created it and they have it at their disposition to pay investors. So that is the second reason. I sometimes call this reason the central bank power, because the central banks are the institutions that are allowed to create money. They buy paper, they buy ink, and they then make an image on the paper and say this is worth 500 euros. So that's only the privilege of the central bank. And FMCPay actually acts a bit like a central bank because they created 560 million Paynet coin, which currently has a value of 280 million US dollars, right? And they created it from nothing, right? So that is the second reason why they can actually pay it, because they have 560 million Paynet coin. And currently, they actually still own 80% of this supply. But you can see that as they keep the Paynet coin, the valuation of Paynet coin will be very important for the project. Now, you can see here that, oh my goodness, Paynet coin seemed to have lost over the last 24 hours. This is the valuation of 1 day. So it was 50 cents, now 49.90. Well, this may let's compare this to Bitcoin. So how does this comparison work? Imagine that 24 hours ago, you invested $1,000 into Bitcoin and your friend invested $1,000 into Paynet coin. Who did better? As you can see now in this comparison graph, the Bitcoin actually lost 2%, while Paynet coin lost only around 0.2527%, which is minimal. You can see that Paynet coin is actually quite flat compared to the craziness of Bitcoin. So if we look at 7-day comparison, so let's look what happened if you invested 7 days ago into Bitcoin or into Paynet coin. So my internet is making it exciting to look at it. It's loading the data, it's coming. And actually the 7 days are quite revealing with respect to cryptocurrencies, to Paynet coin and Bitcoin. So you can see over 7 days, there was some fluctuation for Paynet coin, but actually you can see that it's quite stable. So Paynet coin being quite rather flat. So people who hold Paynet coin, they don't win, they don't lose, but look at the roller coaster for Bitcoin. Bitcoin losing first, then winning a lot, then losing again. And I think that people who actually hold Bitcoin or Ethereum or other coins, well, they every morning they need to look at their phone to see what happened overnight. Did I lose? Did I win? It's quite stressful, and that is the speculation, right? Which with Paynet coin you cannot do. Let's look at the last month. So what happened if you invested over the last 30 days into Paynet coin? Well, we have some movement here in Paynet coin. You saw that there it went down a couple of weeks ago, but recovered again and even surpassed the values of 30 days ago. While Bitcoin again going up and down and having lost now 5%. With Paynet coin, you actually won 1.8% roughly. Now, moving forward, what happened if you invested into Bitcoin for the last year? Well, for the last year, obviously you did very well. Why? Well, the answer is Trump. So whoever invested into Bitcoin a year ago actually made good money. But why? Because of the US elections. Now, a question, how often do we have US elections? Well, not every year. So definitely you will not gain every year on Bitcoin because US elections are every 4 years. And I don't think that Trump will be reelected many times. So this has been a very unique profit gain for Bitcoin. But truthfully, this year has been a good year for Bitcoin. You can see Paynet coin has also had a very good year, but actually much more stable than Bitcoin. And now in Paynet coin winning around 35%. Now, what happened if you look at now a longer period? So from January of 2022, 3 years ago, until today, you can see that with Paynet coin, people, investors gained 330% in Paynet coin, while with Bitcoin, even despite of this phenomenal growth last year, you only had 110% with Bitcoin. What does this show us? In the short run, Paynet coin is actually quite stable. It's not a roller coaster. You don't have to open up every morning to see what happened. So it's quite stable. But in the long run, actually, it actually generates a lot of profitability. Now, this raises the question for investors to say, well, do I want to invest into Paynet coin, just keep Paynet coin, or do I want to stake in US dollar? Because if I join the staking program, I will earn in US dollars. So maybe I prefer to have Paynet coin. In the long run, it will make sense. But remember that in the short run, you actually may not be profiting from a rapid increase of Paynet coin because it's quite stable. So eventually in the long run, you will benefit, But in the short run, not, and we don't know when actually Paynet coin will rise. So me personally, my preference is actually to join in the staking program because I know clearly I receive every day $9 per day for each $3,000 invested. And that is a very good return for me. It is in US dollars. I don't have to worry about cryptocurrencies. And it actually makes sense. Now, the company in the long run, FMCPay, will also benefit from my investment because they are keeping Paynet coin. Paynet coin is rising over time. In the long run, actually making the investment also more stable. And this is the third reason why they can pay the 9%. Because actually in the long run, we can see that there is a movement of Bitcoin increasing in valuation. And that actually helps the company to be able to pay better over that time. So this is important that we have these three reasons very clear for us. So first reason is it is a genuine business that is actually generating real money as we speak. It has created 560 million Paynet coin, which they can actually then use to pay and honor the debt to the investors, which I call sometimes the power of the central bank. And then thirdly, as Paynet coin valuation increases, it's easier for FMCPay to honor their debt because their debt is actually, or the staking packages are actually accounted for in US dollar. For this last point, to clarify this last point, imagine this. So every day for the last 4 years, and please note this that I want to tell you, for the last 4 years, in March it will be 4 years that this staking program is being offered to investors. 4 years. We can talk about scam products. We can talk about scam platforms. That is a whole new topic to talk about. And maybe next week we can actually use some time to actually talk more in detail about what is a scam product and what is not a scam product. But one thing that I can very easily tell you, and you probably know it from your own experience, there is no scam product that actually lasts for 4 years. And that is, there are many reasons why actually FMCPay is not a scam product, but that alone is already a convincing reason to know that that is actually not a scam product, because in March next month, it will already celebrate 4 years offering the investment product of staking and honoring their commitment to investors. So what I wanted to stress on this third point, the valuation of Paynet coin, is that 4 years ago, when FMCPay offered the staking program, they were paying investors $9 per day, as they pay today, as they paid a year ago, 2 years ago, as they will be paying 1 year ago, one in 1 year as well. But remember that they don't hold dollars, they hold Paynet coin. So how many Paynet coin did they have to pay for the $9 3 years, 4 years ago? And we can see at the valuation that actually 3 years ago, for example, the Paynet coin was 0.8, around 10 cents per Paynet coin, 10 cents. So they had to pay 90 Paynet coin per the $9 profit. Then you can see that Paynet coin increased to 35, 37, 38 cent per dollar. So actually then after that first bull run that they experienced, that the coin experienced, they had to pay only around 28, 29 Paynet coin for the same $9. Okay, so from paying 90 Paynet coin for the $9, then 1 year ago they had to pay only 28, 29 Paynet coin for the same $9, and currently they are paying only 50. Now it's 50 cents. So they're paying actually 18 Paynet coin for the same $9. And imagine if Paynet coin goes up to $1 per Paynet coin, they would be paying nine Paynet coin for the same $9. So as the valuation of Paynet coin goes up and up and up, the value, the Paynet coin that they have to pay for the investors will go smaller, smaller, and smaller. And obviously, the company has created 560 million Paynet coin with which they can actually honor the investors. So these are the main reasons why the company can actually be successful over such a long period of time. We saw on the ecosystem to understand what is actually behind the company. You can see there's a real business going on as we speak. You can check it tomorrow, you can check it in a week, you can check it in a month. You will see that there is a real, truthful, genuine business going on. That actually makes this a stable project and a very serious investment opportunity for anybody. I have shared, and let me just move to a bit of a personal note. I have shared this project with bankers, for German bankers. I have shared it to fund managers of Switzerland. I have shared it to IT professionals in Spain, all over the board, and they are convinced about this project when they hear me out, and they know about cryptocurrencies, they know about the risks, but when they hear what actually Paynet Coin is offering, they say, this is an excellent project, I want to be part of it, count me in, I don't want to miss out. So those are professional experts. I'm sharing that with them, and these professional experts that know a lot about financial risk, they end up saying, this is a wonderful project, I want to be part of it. So I hope that we all can benefit from it. I can genuinely tell you, maybe this is the first time you're joining. If you decide to, for example, make a staking and join this community of investment, I can guarantee you that in 4 or 5 months, you will be so thankful to the person that invited you into this project, because this is really a project where we all benefit from each other, and it's just such an enriching experience also to be part of this project. So thank you very much for your attention. I want to hand over back to our host, but I'm happy to answer or try to answer any question that you may have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Daniel. Thank you very much. Do we have any question? If you have any question, please either you raise your hand or you drop it in the comment section. Questions. Do you have any question? Any area that is not clear? Okay, so someone is asking, considering yesterday's attack on Bybit, what security measures do Paynet have in place to secure holders' funds?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good question. Actually, those who are part of the community and have been making a staking. So for example, when you want to withdraw money, you want to transfer money, cryptocurrencies, assets from your FMCPay wallet to anybody else, be it a staking package, be it your other wallet in a different platform, or be it to a friend or to a payment or something, you will have noticed that it is actually sometimes a little bit tricky to do it, because you get 60 seconds only to key in the password that has been sent through email and the authenticator through Google. And some people have to actually do a couple of attempts until they get it, because the time runs out. Now, why is this? Because some people actually claim this is so annoying. Can you just stop that? Can you make it easier, more convenient? Well, actually, the reason why this is in place is for security reasons, because it is much more difficult to hack a system within that 60-second time frame. Because maybe those who are a bit familiar with hacking systems, the program that hacks the virus tries out a lot of millions of combinations to actually find the one that fits. And for that, you need time. So the less time you give to key in the proper correct answers, the more resistant actually our funds are for hacking. Now, that is one thing that is important. So you can see to hack your account, the hacker will need your phone with the Google Authenticator that is generated in your phone. He will need access to your email account. And of course, he will need your password to be able to access FMCPay. So there are 3 layers of security actually to be able to access your funds. And then there's another thing that is important, that with cryptocurrencies, actually every transaction is always registered. So even the hacker would successfully hack, which is very, very highly unlikely, but let's just assume, the transaction of your funds would be transparently visible for you forever. And this actually can be tracked back. And so your funds are traceable. Okay. Now you don't know what is the person behind that code or that wallet, but you know there are my funds. That is actually why hackers have started not to like hacking actually cryptocurrencies, because cryptocurrencies is so transparent, and it's so publicly available to see what wallet benefited from this attack. And cryptocurrency and hackers don't like that openness, so that's why they actually prefer to hack a bank or insurance companies or other companies rather than cryptocurrency wallets. But it happens, as you correctly mentioned, Bibit suffered an attack, and FMCPay has actually been working on improving the security, which sometimes can be annoying, a nuisance for us users, but it is for our benefit to actually have a safer platform. I hope that answers a little bit the question, but thank you very much for that question. There's another question in the chat, if I may address that one. Bonus for investors to celebrate. There will be bonuses, there will be celebration gifts, but actually for the details, that we will have to wait for having Tony, Mr. Tony, among us, to maybe he will disclose a little bit more. But for sure, we will be informed at time then, in a timely manner, to also benefit from those things that are going on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Daniel. Thank you. The security measure that Dr. Daniel spoke about right now is, it speaks to individuals' account. I think what the guy is actually asking is as an exchange. And I think this question, personally, I've asked Tony before, when we started early, and I got the answer, which is we all know that FMCPay as an exchange is insured. So whatever happens, just like every other serious exchange that knows what they are doing, it has become kind of difficult for hackers to come now and say, okay, they hack an exchange, and then that will be the end of the thing. No. There is SAFU funds, and all of that puts our mind at rest. Even if the eventuality happens, as far as the exchange is concerned, our funds are secured, we are safe, insured. So that way, we don't really have much or anything to really worry about. Okay. Do we have any other question? Do we have any other question? If you have any question, please raise your hand and ask your question. At least there's an improvement in our attendance today. We are supposed to get to minimum of 60, but we are on 38. We move between 30 and 39. Well, it's an improvement. I think we should do better next week. We should be able to do better next week. Do we have any? Okay. What is it that on withdrawal charges is locked to 20 Paynet? and one must have 100 Paynet coin above to withdraw. Yes. So for that is the gas fee for Paynet coin on AFF 2024 is 20. I'm sure as the price of Paynet coin goes up one way, I mean, I'm sure the platform we have, they will do something about that because before now on the exchange, I think you need 10 to do your withdrawal, but now it has been reduced to 5 and all of that. I'm sure that same thing will happen to on the AFF 2024, and you need minimum of 100. Yes, that is the standard. That's what the business put in place from the word go. That may be adjusted. I don't know, but that has been the standard as per what you can withdraw per time, 100 minimum, and you have before you can even do a withdrawal on your account, you must have minimum of $10 when you want to convert your stables to Paynet coin on the AFF 2024. I don't know if Dr. Daniel will have to speak to that as well, but as far as I know, I think that's what it is.
Yes, yeah, correct. I can confirm that the intention is that as Paynet coin valuation goes up, it will be corrected to maybe then 10 Paynet coin and so on. At the moment, it will stay at 20 Paynet coin. And then also the minimum 100 Paynet coin transfer makes sense because you don't want to transfer too little amount having to pay 20 Paynet coin. In fact, for me, myself, I don't transfer values below like 1,000 Paynet coin. If I have more than 1,000 Paynet coin, I consider maybe in transferring it, but below that, it doesn't make sense to me. And the other one on the KYC, there is actually work being done on automating it with AI so that the KYC process will become much smoother and faster. So that is that's underway.
Thank you, Dr. Daniel. Thank you, Dr. Daniel. Do you have any other question, please? Any other question? Any other question?
This person is very funny. They should because
I
people
don't
buy
know.
$10 per.
For me, if I can, well, I won't. Let me not speak to that.
I know what you want to say. I know what you want to say. .com that if you can
So
even advise company to take off that $10 away from there.
I'm telling you, even $100, I don't know, because the truth of the matter is, this. I think when before now, before the $10, $100 thing was included, because I think the platform we're looking at, okay, yes, for people that are not able to afford $500 and whatever dollar, I mean $1,000 or $3,000, yes, understandable. And that was when Paynet coin was less than 10 cents, 8 cents, and all. Even at that, what percent? How much do you want to generate with $10, with $100 in this project? I don't know. That is for me personally. Personally, those that have come in contact with me, that have marketed or I've shown this opportunity to, I don't sell anything less than $3,000, and the reason is very simple, very simple. The same, you $3,000 into the project, and then you have a higher reward and a shorter time for your reward to be completed. Then you now look at say you are putting $10 and you are using how many years? 4 years to finish your contract, and at the end of the day, you only earn $30. Does that make any sense? I don't know. So for me, I think so. We won't see the $10 and the $100 again. Really. Have any other question, please? Okay, Mr. Chujito, please ask your or mute and ask your question. Mr. Chujito.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Bafemi. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My greetings to Dr. Daniel in the house and the other co-hosts from Plan B Express. Thank you very much. I arrived this meeting very late, but let me give my own contribution.
Yes, boss.
Should I go ahead?
Yes, please go ahead, sir.
My contribution is that I'm suggesting that $10 package should be removed.
100%.
100,
Yes, because somebody is deceitful to me currently. Because somebody can be somebody who wants to invest $100 and that is skeptical for whatever reasons whatsoever, goes there to see then $10. Might say, oh, thank God there is $10. I don't even know if this is a Ponzi scheme. Let me go and do $10. And somebody, a friend of his that did $100 or maybe $500, he would see that person withdrawing, but him not withdrawing. Because courtesy of the person's package, that person will meet up both the minimum withdrawal, which is 100 Paynet, and the cost, the 20 Paynet for withdrawal. But the person on $10 will be feeling bad, as if somebody did it to him. Now the person to himself, though, but he was lured to it because he saw $10 there. To me, let them take off that $10 stuff. That's my own opinion. So that somebody who invests it, at least he has his own time. He knows that this is what his investment of $100. 2 months is not too much. 2 months will give you, what's it called? Will meet up with you, making that your first withdrawal. Conversion first. Then let's start talking about withdrawal. So to me, that's what should be removed. Then secondly, please, that KYC process for Fmcpay, they should do it as quickly as possible, because it looks somehow most of us will be feeling very bad. Some of us, the effort we have made in recruiting people into doing this, into going to this Paynet, did not really go well, because these persons are so, how will I put it, mean that they want to get everything right. Since I cannot do my KYC, since the company cannot process my KYC, process it in Fmcpay, why will I put my money there when it's the midst of me? I don't know if you're getting where I'm driving at. So, here in Nigeria, a whole lot of issues. We will have a lot of issues here, sometimes to be network. So please, if they can try and see it from their own end, firstly, make sure that this KYC process verification is on point, so that we that have limited resources here in Nigeria, can, whenever we have the time or whenever we're available, we do our KYC. It will just go on smoothly. So I don't know if you're able to get all I have said.
Thank you, Chairman. Your points are well noted. I think Dr. Daniel equally speak to that. But again, as per KYC, we spoke about it last week, and some reasons were given. But from what I know or I've seen, because a couple of people have come, my KYC is not going, and all of that. What did you do? And all we just had to do was, so number one, when you are taking your selfie, or even the document, maybe you want to use your international passport, for instance, make sure you are taking the picture against a white background. That's one. White background. When you are taking your own picture as well, your selfie, make sure you are against the white background. There's no light shadow on your face.
Okay.
the document that you are using, make sure all the edges are shown, nothing is cut off. You know, it's like when you want to take the data page of your passport, you open it like a book. Make sure you take the whole area of both sides as you open it like that. Yes, make sure everything is showing, no part is cut off. Then the address that you are using, make sure it tallies with the country of your residence or the country of the document that you are using. So, for instance, somebody that is in the UK and you are using Nigeria passport, you are putting a UK address, it will not be verified.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the things that we need to correct as far as the KYC is concerned. Otherwise, everything is it's easy. It's easy to do, and then within 24 hours, 48 hours max, your KYC is already approved. Okay, and
Thank you very much.
yeah,
I think
again, even
okay.
without KYC, you can still do transaction up to $10,000
Of
on
course.
the FMCP.
And I think let me just say something. I think Mr. Tony was saying something last week, and this is thank God bringing it up, Mr. Chiduto. Now, one of the things that's what we encourage people who say we want to have 60 people. Next week, all of us here should make sure we come with one person. Now, there's something Mr. Tony said about, was it last week or last 2 weeks? He said, I'm sure many of us who are even on the payment ecosystem do not know that FMCP have been running an airdrop on the FMCP exchange for when they started from about 5,000 and later to about 3,000 to 2,000 to 1,000. I think right now 500. And he said something very significant. He said the KYC process, they don't want it to be automated now because of the promo of the airdrop. We want to have it organic in the sense that people should do not just like copy one thing and then bring out so that robot that is being manually accepted. And that's why, just like what Mr. Obama mentioned, all of those details are checked properly when it's being done. So if you observe it right now, manually approved, organically approved because of FMCPay token is given out to everyone who finished their KYC. And of course, you can come back to be clicking and be collecting that 15 and all of that. That's one. Number two, you were mentioning something about Nigeria. And I want, let me not be brutal about it. Now, anyone you invite to FMCPay, like Mr. Abam just mentioned, either you have done your KYC or not, for instance, definitely you can do all your transaction on your FMC. When you tell anyone about investing onto the staking and is complaining about and when even the KYC have not been done, that person is not ready. That's not the reality. The person just unnecessarily aesthetics and is just bringing it, you can either make money or you make excuse. That person is not ready to make money. That person is just ready to make excuse because to even start with, no KYC process is known for you in the whole process of registration and do. The only thing that will now be known with you very, very cordial is the aspect of Google Authenticator. So when you have any friend who's complaining, this process is too dull and all of that, for that, I'm sure I'm skeptical about the investing, man, the person is just ready for excuse, that you make an excuse or you make money. So I think it's fair enough. But I'm sure definitely after the whole what's it called, the airdrop kind of a thing, then the automation will come in. A lot of us, sorry, I want to just add this. A lot of us are in this ecosystem are missing a whole lot of things. Just like Dr. Daniel mentioned, a time will come, many of us who have been invited to the platform will regret it. Of course, we regret it in the sense that there were opportunity will have settled down to harness and the time will have passed and would now be struggling. Okay, many of us are even regretting, for instance, people who do not look at the token to have accumulated enough when it was like $10 to have invested so much. Right now, it's as if they could wind down the time, but it's no longer possible. Okay, I think that should help. Anyone who you are telling and this KYC is too slow, it's not ready to make money, it's just ready to make excuse. And that's the truth.
Can I say something, sir?
Go ahead, sir.
Yes.
Okay. The reason why I made that point, I am aware of what you're saying now. It's just that for me, I felt bad because the person that gave me such excuse, I knew very well that they were not ready to do it. But I wanted to do it. I wanted them to do it because, one, with the little knowledge I know of FMCP and the trust I have on JB Kings, I was sure that I was getting them into a business plan that is promising or that has future in it, a business plan that has potentials. So I don't need their belief. I need their money. That's what I need. Since I know I am not openly going to defraud them. You understand? So on the long run, that KYC was now a kind of something that gave me a setback. So that is just it. Is not that I know very well. So I needed their money, because I know I was not stealing from them. I know they were going to make profit from it. By the time one of the person I was actually out for gets out his capital, give him 6 months. His capital is with him, and he's okay with it. I would even ask him to bring more money. I'll tell, okay, from the ones you're raising, why not do for your children? Make out some plans for them. And before you know it, that's bonuses are coming up. So that was why.
It's all right.
I said it.
It's all right.
Then the correction there is that my name is Chidoto. It means God is sweet. Chidoto.
It's all right. Just that sometimes maybe you went too deep. Many of us who started with this platform, in fact, very many persons, there was no even need of you mentioning any KYC for anyone who is investing. The person must have been in to even know that, okay, there's a need for me to even do KYC. That was not the truth. Because the whole process is, okay, open FMCPay platform for the person, deposit USDT to the place, buy the pay, and then deposit it to the AFF platform. And the whole registration is done before you even start talking. I can tell you now, among even many investors on this platform, maybe 100%. I'm not sure up to 30%. I'm not sure up to 20% are even aware of the consciousness of them doing their KYC. And I can tell you that I'm not sure up to 20% have done the KYC. Mr. Am I correct?
Yes, it's true. It's true. That was why I made my mistake. It's true, I understand.
You went to a route that entangled you. All right, so let's speak to the next person.
All right. Thank you very much. Somebody is asking, kindly help explain the packages again on how to comment. Well, Boyega, you have been here for the past 3 years. I think I'm going to have to flog you to ask this question. Anyway.
So you would do frog jump.
You do frog jump. All right. So we have the packages, ranging from, for me, from 500, 1,000, and 3,000. Because the trader was talking about $10 the other time. If you look at the monthly staking reward on $10 is 4%. And on $10, that means you're going to make 40 cents in a month. Okay, so how many years? And that $10 is going to run for 52.2 months for your listing to invest. And how much are you making? You are making 310% for the 52 months. I mean, let's be serious, man. Okay, $500, $1,000, $3,000. Now let's take the $3,000 for example. You have 9% staking reward on your $3,000, and that gives you $270 on monthly basis, and that lasts for 23.33 months. Your capital, then comes back to you. Then, of course, on the $1,000, you have 7%. Now, if you look at the difference, between 1,000 and the 3,000, you see there is a lot of difference. 2%. That 2% is huge. Okay, so if you have $1,000 in 3 places, what that means is that you are going to earn $210 in a month, but someone that has 3,000 is going to be earning 270, meaning is earning $60 more than you in a month, and your time is equally different. Contract expiration time or the staking period is 30 months on 1,000 and 23.33 months on 3,000, and it goes like that. I hope that answers your question. You need more clarity, Wega, you know where to find me. Do we have okay, Mr. Oscar. Mr. Oscar, please ask your question.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, please, I want to know, there is a rumor I heard that the bonus that we are claiming from the FMC Pay is going to be used as gas. Somebody was asking me that. I said, I'm not sure, that I'm going to ask the question when I get to the
the bonus
Zoom.
that
I don't know.
that claiming.
Those are the two questions. Thank you.
Sorry, I heard the first one. I didn't hear the second one.
I said the bonus that is running for the event that we are claiming now, that mining.
Yes.
I said somebody said in a rumor that is gas fee that is going to be used for. Me, I am not sure. Then I also ask, when is it going to end the promo, that bonus, the claim, the mining? Where is it going to stop?
Okay, so as to when it will stop, we are going to be notified, but I don't know the end date for now. As per the claiming that they're going to use for gas fee, I don't know how true that is. For now, Dr. Daniel, do you want to speak to that? Dr. Daniel?
No.
I don't know how true that is about using it as gas fee. What we use for gas fee that I know of is Paynet Point.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I'm actually here. So
Right,
So the gas fee is basically the payment for the transaction. So in that sense, it's a separate thing. It's transaction fees that we have to pay. Why do we pay them? For the gas fee. So those are the transactions. For example, when we make a transaction to another wallet, we pay 5 Paynet coin. Why do we pay 5 Paynet coin? What is that? That is actually gas fee. So those are gas fees, and that is completely different from bonuses that we can get. So that's completely different. That is, I think, a misconception on how cryptocurrencies are handled.
Thank you, Dr. Daniel.
It seems doctor did not get what the question on. I mean, the FMC Pay coin we are mining, the FMC coin we are mining. Somebody is saying that it's going to be used as a gas fee. Kusha, I'm not sure. I want to get it clear.
Okay, so what actually happens when our money is working, we invest money, a staking money, $3,000, for example, in a package. What does these $3,000 actually do? Do they sit around and wait for us to be recovered and be profitable? No, actually, this money is used to do what we call the proof of stake, which is in the staking process. And what is that actually? It's validating the transactions. So actually our money is honored with a gas fee. That is the payment that our money is being receiving. Now, to simplify the process, FMC Pay does the whole investment structure and gives a fixed amount. So it doesn't really depend on how many transactions our money has validated, how much benefit we receive, but we receive just a fixed benefit. But actually the gas fee that people are paying is to actually honor the investors that have put capital in to actually validate the transactions to do that service of proof of stake. So there is a connection, but it's actually in the reverse. Our money is actually receiving the gas fees. It's not being used for gas fees. Users, community members are paying gas fees to our money that is invested.
Yeah, Dr. Daniel, I understand. Let me explain. Let me put these questions, straight in a way. On the FMCPay app, the people that have done verification, the red envelopes that we click on daily basis to earn some FMC tokens. What he's saying is that someone told him that those FMC tokens that we are earning, is in a marketing wallet. Now, those FMC pay that we are earning, those FMC tokens that we are earning, is set some
wallet
that is going to be used to pay gas fee. That's what he's saying. He's not contesting, that's what he's saying. Yes.
No, that is not that doesn't have any substance on anything that has been decided or anything. That is just a rumor. Yeah.
Where is the event ending?
I'm not that is a question that we would have to address to Mr. Tony. I'm also not aware of the time frame. But I would also say, let's benefit while it lasts. And yeah.
Thank you, sir.
And also help people to understand people, when somebody of my friends says, I'm interested in this project, I want to invest, I actually tell them, invest better today rather than tomorrow, because why do you want to wait if you already have clarity on that it is a good project?
Go ahead.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to say something concerning everybody are saying they should remove $10 and $100. It's easy to say because most of us, based on the level we are now, there are some area that $10 you are talking about is very useful. Now, I still remember when my boss, Oga AY, was telling me about this AFF. He categorically told me that 1,000 I did, I am wrong. I should go and do 3,000. I never understand where he was going to until this day. Now, first and foremost, before you can tell someone that this thing is good, there is difference between this is my own. There is also different to our own. When someone said he wants to test the water with just a drop or something of it, allow him to do that. I am very sure, if you remember, the person behind this project, one of them, when he was talking, one of the meetings on one of this Saturday, he said, we could have even raised the bar up to 5,000, 50,000, but we want it to be at that of 3,000. So if we are saying $10, you see, when the person decides to say, I want to put $100,000, you will not be the one telling him to do it. Even there are some people that will come and tell you now, I want to put $1 million. You will say, now calm down. First of all, do 500 first, later. So the $10 you are saying is too small. Yes, it's too small. The person, one of them was, that's the Chidiuto was talking about. I think the easiest way would have even convinced us, that's okay, since you are not, because you are having that in Thomas, why not put $500? Put 100, let the person try. It's when they will not see that he's getting his money back, he will be the one to come back and tell you, I want to put 50,000. I am very sure of that. sometimes some people, you don't even need to convince them. It's for you to show them the path. Let them start first. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
If
Mr.
I may,
Okay, go
add a point, yeah, if I may add a point to this, I saw I kind of I may also inclined into that position a bit. In fact, I have also suggested to friends of mine to invest $100. Why? Because some people are very limited in the finances, and when you invest $100, and let's say, put an example that you give direct commissions, you invite other people to put $3,000, but you yourself only put $100. You get $310 back from those 100, and the direct commission is $150 for a $3,000 package. The direct commission is 5% for any package. If you look at that, any package, $10, $100, $500 gives you 5% commission, direct commission, on any investment that other friends may do. So actually, if you invite 2 people, you recover already $300 from those 100 immediately. So it can be an incentive to actually promote the business as well, to promote the project, for people starting with something very small, and but then building on the pro and the networking. And the other thing is that even if one puts $10, later on you see, okay, I want to actually put the 3,000. You can put it in the same account, and you can actually then recover the $10 with $30, for example, through pairing. But you only put a small quantity. You don't have to put the $3,000 pairing. You just put a small quantity. You get, of course, pairing bonuses much smaller. So maybe you want to put a direct commission, but you put just a small amount, and the rest you take it from the $3,000 package. So there are actually ways to benefit fully from that, not having to wait 2 years or 3 years or something like that. Just maybe to add to that thought.
Yeah, that's another way looking at it. But most of the people that ends up putting $10, from what I've seen, they are not even sharing the business with anybody. And then comes a challenge for you. I put $10, I've not been able to withdraw my money.
Self-investor.
So he has come in as an investor with $10. See, Dr. Daniel, I give you an example. Someone that I know, a friend, put in $100 into this business, and after how many months, he could not even make up to 100 Paynet coin to be withdrawn.
Yeah.
But because I've the leg he was, of course, is active and all, from spillovers and all of that. After like more than a year, I tell you what, I have to buy off that account from him. I bought off the account from him, put in the buy account, and then started building from there. I bought the account from him. He put in $100. I gave him $200, $50. Buy off the account. So at the end of and this person had wanted to even build, but he did not build. Why? Because to him, he had done something like this before. He felt it's not going to run. He felt it's something that is going to, just fizzle out along the way, and then we'll not see it again. But right now, I can assure you, he's regretting selling the account today. So the reason, I mean, of course, I understand what you're saying. Yes, you put in $100, $10, $100. If you're able to build, yes, it makes sense, for you. But otherwise, if you are treating yourself as an investor with $10 and you're earning 40 cents in a month, I don't know how many months you're going to wait to be able to withdraw your $10 back in any way. That's why we are saying.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely right as well. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Do we have any other question? Any other question? Okay. It seems justice has been done today. Okay, sorry, somebody is asking a question on the chat box. What makes an investor who invested in the 3,000 package when Paynet coin was 35 cents a year ago, and an investor who invested on the same package last week when Paynet coin was 50 cents in regard to the price of the coin? What makes the difference? I think that's what the person is trying to say. Dr. Daniel, do you understand?
Yeah, just let me have a look how to frame the question, the answer.
It's asking the difference between someone that came into the business when it was 35
okay.
cents.
Yeah, actually, so the difference is per se none, because as we mentioned already, the return is in US dollar. It depends a bit on what the investor does, because some investors, they are actually very happy to withdraw basically the dollar amount immediately into Paynet coin and keep it in the investment account, which you can do at spot rate and you don't pay any fees. You keep it in your investment account, and in your investment account, you can keep it in US dollars, or you can exchange it into Paynet coin immediately after 2 days, every 2 days. If an investor did that, who had invested a year ago, well, that investor would have actually benefited not only from the 9%, but also from the increase in Paynet coin. So a double benefit, so to speak. But if an investor just keeps it in US dollar, well, then the benefit will still be 9% per month, which is a very outstanding profitability, which could be even higher if one benefits from the increase in Paynet coin. So that's basically how I would answer this. I hope that makes sense.
Because that's just a simple, I think I've even typed a message to the person immediately, because they're different there. Most persons don't even maximize the crypto. They just want to have a place where they can be having money earning every month, or as it were. And so they are comfortable with, okay, I make $270 in a month, and they withdraw it. For people who understand the perspective, I want to still maximize internally, very simple. And I think I did one calculation. I say, imagine people who invested when the price of Paynet token was about 10 cents, $3,000 invested. And for the people who understand and know what the future of the thing hold, probably maybe have like 2 or 3 or 4 accounts or something at packages. And he dedicated the particular $3,000 to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to be withdrawing this into the Paynet token, and he kept it there. And for like 15 months, we look at 15 months, we said, okay, 15 months of $270 will have given about $4,050 thereabout. And if it was being converted every time and kept in the token for that, a 10 cent average of 8 to 10 cents and all of that, that means the fellow have accumulated about 40,000 plus token of Paynet token. That's about 40,500 Paynet token. And if that happens, and imagine that was $4,050 if the person had been withdrawing it, and that was his profit, but it's kept and converting into the Paynet token. And when the price of Paynet token got to 50 cents, and converting the same amount of money was going to arrive at $20,250. So the other person have collected $4,050. Another person is collecting $20,250. And not because the company paid the person that $20,000, but the person decide to maximize the ecosystem to the fullest. And it can still happen this way. The person too was converting when the price is 50 cents, and the price, of course, can adjust back to maybe 30 cents, and he has been converting it. You could look at it, oh, this price has dropped and all of that, but what happened? A price move up to maybe $1, $2, $10 eventually. So it's about personal kind of understanding and maximizing. That's why I said this Paynet FMC ecosystem, for me, is broader than what we are seeing on the surface. That's the truth. And it's larger than what anyone can convince you. If you don't look at this project in-depthly, I can tell you will abuse it. That's the truth. If you are looking at it from the perspective, because there's a way somebody want to explain this Paynet ecosystem to you, you will look at it like a marketer. That's the truth. And just want to convince me to put in more money. But at the long run, you will have to thank the person back that, thank you for opening my eye deeper to this opportunity and all of that. I think that makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So it's asking, how does it benefit from the price increase when withdrawing? Okay, so you know what I say as per that is on monthly basis, or depending on when you are withdrawing your reward. When you withdraw your reward, it comes in stables. You withdraw it to the token. For you to benefit from the price increase, just like what Mr. Felix said, keep the coins. I'll give you an example. When we started back in 2022, there are some coins that personally I kept and I staked. Then $270 will give you about 3,000, 3,300, depending on the price movement at that time, coins. Okay, so I kept some and I staked. I remember one particular one that I staked. I think 10,400 tokens. I remember correctly that I staked. That 10,400 tokens was valued at about $830, $835 at that time. Okay. I now staked it for 2 years. I staked it for 2 years straight. Now, by the time the staking expired on the exchange, on the Fmcpay app, it has generated additional 4,700 tokens. So my 10,400 that I staked, I have other stakes. I had other one that I did different staking periods. But this particular one was for 2 years. So by the time the staking expired, the price of the token was around 38 cents at that time. So my less than $1,000 token that I staked 2 years then was valued at 4,700 plus the reward that I got. Okay, so of course there are some that I sold along the way, but I was able to keep a substantial amount, of the coins, which I spent some when it was 50 cents. I used some to buy other packages and all of that. All right. So that's how you benefit from this. When Dr. Daniel was talking the other day, he said, even last week, he still mentioned it. He said, Paynet coin, FMC tokens, they are boring. They don't move in price the way others move in price. You understand? So it requires, patience. I'll give you another example. The FMC token itself, I remember in May 2022, I bought about 257 or so. Now, after buying, I took the tokens to staking. I staked it and all. Right now, that $257 token is worth almost $10,000. So imagine that I've used a bigger amount or a higher amount to buy them, and I put it in staking. How many X is that? How many X is that? That's about 39X.
Effortlessly.
39X. So if I put in 10,000 times 39 times 90,000 we'll be talking about today. You understand? So it is like that. When you want to benefit from the price increase, all you need to do is just withdraw your staking either every 2 weeks because you're having the bigger package, or monthly, and let it be in staking in the FMC, in the token itself, not in stables. By the time the price moves, you are benefiting from the price increase. But if you leave it in stables, you are not benefiting anything from the price increase. If you are leaving your reward in stables, except you just want to be taking it out and be spending as it comes. Yes, you can do that. It is your money. And you can withdraw from your account as many times as possible in a day. Nobody is holding you to that. You can do anything you want, with your money at any point in time. Do we have any other question?
I think we've dealt with the whole thing.
Okay, so Dr. Daniel, thank you so much for your time. We know you are in transit. We wish you safe journey and great the boss, for us. We will see you soon by God's grace. Now, everyone on the call, okay. Sorry, before we go, Chidito, Grandma, ask your question. Or mute and ask your question, sir.
Okay. My only contribution or what I want to say here now is that since the designers of this ecosystem, for some reasons whatsoever, they needed investors worth of $10 that could raise $10. And we on our own side, sometimes because of the withdrawal processes, we are having issues with some persons maybe demotivated because of the time it will cost for a $10 package to actually give you what it needed to take it out of the system. So I'm suggesting that the minimum withdrawal may be reduced, maybe possibly to any amount or serve, at least to reduce that time frame for somebody who is on a $10 package, not to wait too long before he can get it out. Yes.
Okay, Chairman, just like what Dr. Daniel said, the reason why, he said just now that the reason why that is still in the system is such that for some persons, only that we don't see them here, like that. For some persons, they don't have money, but they have people they can use to build their cash flow and then bring into the system. So what he's saying is that if you do $10 and you have someone that is setting up with $3,000, that means that day you have maxed out your account.
That's a waste.
And it's a waste, really. So for that kind of person, what personally I would suggest is let it build. Your point does not disappear. Even if it is 1 year time you come and I had an account like that. I forgot. Really, I forgot. I didn't check the account until maybe after almost a year and a half. And by the time I got there, it has built so much so that the account plus the reward that the account has generated plus the bonuses from referrals and all, the account was maxed out in minutes. But that when I remember, so as I maxed it out, immediately I had to put back some funds and another 3,000 package on it because I still had money to withdraw on the account. So for that kind of person, if they can, let them build, both their right and left, let them build and let the funds accumulate. If the funds accumulate and then you see, okay, this fund is there, then we can talk about, you don't have the money to bring it out, and then let's talk about, bringing it out. I've done that for 1 or 2 persons before. They've already accumulated also, and they are looking at, I don't have 3,000 to put. Okay, no problem. I will log into your account. I'll put the 3,000. I'll put my 3,000. You confirm pulling my 3,000. Then you take over your account from there. You understand? That's another way to get it, to get things done. And you can do communal, do a partnership kind of thing, and then you are good to go. But coming in as an investor on $10, that does not really makes sense. But if the person is willing or is ready to be there, as the people, to bring in and see how far you can go with it, of course, why not? That's what Dr. Daniel was actually saying. Not that you are coming in as an investor on $10. Okay. I hope that is clear, sir. Do we have any other question? No? No? All right. Thank you, everyone, for your time this morning. We really appreciate Dr. Daniel. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next week Saturday by God's grace.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Kunle, Mr. Jide, for my pastor, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Dr. Daniel. Bye. Bye. Colonel Godwin, thank you. Mr. Abatunde James, I can see you. Thank you, everyone. Do enjoy the rest. Mr. Victor, I know you are listening in. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next week by God's grace. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Of your Saturday. Go for your Owambe, and then we connect again next week. Thank you, everyone, and have a lovely weekend.